Hello everybody, it's Chibi, and today I'm here to bring you a manga chapter review of Shingeki no Kyojin, or Attack on Titan if you know it by its English name. Now, I was going to review this right after the breaker, early this morning, but I read the Manga Panda translations, and I'm just going to be real. The translations are terrible. Like, they are really terrible. Like, there's a panel in this chapter's translations that says that, like, Historia was a Titan. Like, it's like, oh, when I was a Titan, I was going to kill you, Eren. And I'm like, what? Like, whoa, did I miss something? Like, Historia's never turned into a Titan, but the translation said she turned into a Titan in this chapter. Now, it's not the chapter, it's the translations. The translations of this chapter, oh my god, just god-awful. It really is. Now, I know that there's going to be more, better translations later on, a couple days from now, which I will read, and I definitely will on Crunchyroll. I will definitely read those when they do come out, because I'm willing to bet that there's something missing from this chapter. Like, I feel like there's, like, pages missing in this chapter. I really do. I feel like there is just something missing in this chapter, because when I was reading it, I don't know if it was just me. Like, I hope it's not just me, but the chapter felt rushed. And that is not good, because that's one thing to see how an anime skips over some certain content and it rushes over. It's one thing when you see how a manga chapter feels rushed. Like, the beginning of the chapter was very anticlimactic, because the last chapter we were left upon last month, chapter 66 to be exact, we were left on a cliffhanger where Eren was biting into this armored Titan bottle. He was going in about to fight this new giant-ass Titan, and that's where the chapter ended last month. We come to this chapter, the chapter doesn't even start off with any fighting at all. I mean, I'm not, you know, a person that wants to see action every single chapter, but the way the last chapter built up the emotions and the way it was done, it made you feel like there was going to be a battle, a fight at the beginning of this chapter. Come to find out, it was just completely just cut. We didn't even get to see Eren really transform at all. He bit the bottle, he ran into the distance. Chapter ended last month. This chapter, Eren's like, what's going on? Oh, is that me? Oh, I got hard. So, yeah, that's sexual innuendo. But anyways, Eren can now go hard. Like, he can be hard now. So, yeah, I mean, yeah. Anyways, just getting back on point, the chapter felt rushed, and I really, really hope it's the translators, because Manga Panda is known for axing out pages. They are well known for that. They've done it for Naruto, One Piece, Bleach. They've done it for different series they've translated in the past. I've seen multiple series that's been done this way, and so I'm willing to assume there is pages missing from this chapter. I don't know, but regardless of that, the chapter at this very moment, felt rushed, because the way the beginning was done. The way the beginning was done, it felt rushed, along with the way the chapter was progressing to the point to where you had Rodriguez. He was just moving, like he was putting his head on the ground as a deviant Titan. Like, you just saw him, like, rubbing his head up against the ground and all that, and he's going to the wall, and he's about to break open the wall and all that. It just felt like these events were just going really, really quickly in this chapter, and I don't know how I feel about that. Now, the details of the chapter. We got a couple of death flags. You have to where Historia has a death flag, and also Potato Girl has a death flag. So, not a big fan of that, because Potato Girl is amazing. She's one of my favorite characters in the series, and if she has a death flag, I'm kind of fucking scared, because the way she was acting in this chapter, the way it was done, especially with her not wanting to eat, death flag central right there. Like, whoa. And then Historia on top of that, right at the end of the chapter, yeah, death flag. Just freaking death flag. Here's the thing. With the chapter's conclusion, it's pretty hype. But judging by how the past two chapters have been, it's been very anticlimactic. It has. It really has. The past 2 months, the chapters end on this colossal cliffhanger. You're like, oh my god, I need the next chapter. And then come around to the next chapter, all that hype is just killed in one page. I'm not going to get my hopes up 100% because the ending of this chapter is hype, because I don't want to experience the exact same thing I did with this chapter and the chapter beforehand. But regardless of that, the chapter, you have it to where Eren, he now knows what his father wants him to do. His father grabbed the Titan's power, the original Titan's power, like the King's power, to change, like, you know, humanity, free humanity from the Titans, and figure out a way to be able to use the Titans' power without being a part of the royal bloodline. That's what Eren's father left Eren to figure out, and most likely the basement has something to do with this aspect. And yeah, that's the chapter of Shingeki no Kyojin. It's a good chapter. It's a good chapter. Besides the rushing and the translations, it was a good chapter. I mean, one thing I have to point out, though, did anyone else notice that the new Titan that Rodriguez is, he looks like a giant-ass chicken? Like, anyone else see that shit? Like, he looks like a chicken. Like, his arms are like this, and he's waddling on the ground like this, like, yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, he's dragging his head on the ground. The way his legs look, it just looks like a giant-ass chicken dragging itself. Like, you know, an already cooked chicken just dragging itself on the ground. And I'm laughing my ass off when I was reading the chapter, man, because it looks exactly like that. But yeah, that's it. Now, I'm willing to change my thoughts and stuff when the next chapter comes out with better translations. I will read the upcoming chapter when it comes out on Crunchyroll in about a day and a half, 2 days from now, and I will see how different it is, just depending on how the translations are, and I might make an updated, like, discussion video on the chapter if it is vastly, vastly different from what this chapter was. But yeah, you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.